Welcome everyone back to On the Level presented by Player One Gaming. I am one of your hosts, Miracle K Worker, along with
Devz Mochi, Tagging Bagmaster. Never forget.
Never Forget. All right.
Okay. My bad.
Hey, we just got another homie just chilling.
Yeah, my bad, y'all. Working some technical issues behind the scenes, but they call me T'Challa. That's my name, and then AKA Boss Man. That's what everybody likes to give me.
Boss
the title.
Man, Night Stalker. Hey, he wears a bunch of capes, but
a lot of hats.
A lot of hats. But hey, man, it's good to be back for another week. Let's get right into the news. How have you guys been feeling about this past week? There's been some new games, coming out. I know for me, New World Beta came out, and I had to hop on that. But what are you guys feeling? We've talked about it in the past, but the lack of games coming out, and then kind of with what the news that we've got, and then hell with the beta that just came out, I'm hoping for a better future right now. It's looking up.
So me personally, New World, I haven't got to touch it yet, but from what me and you talked about, it looks like a very immersive type of game when it comes to for an MMO of recent years. Definitely, the map is fucking huge.
Huge
and
understatement.
Right now, like, I know there's no mount or anything, but I feel like that's going to be one of the key microtransactions that's going to be coming out when the game releases.
Okay.
That, and also some costumes and whatever, generic MMO stuff. They should definitely look at it from look how Final Fantasy 14 is doing when it comes to that stuff.
No, absolutely.
Also, it's weird because I kind of see it somewhat like a Dark Souls / RuneScape type MMO.
You know what? I will not disagree. I was thinking the same thing today. I was thinking the exact same.
What I personally liked from what I've seen was, like, say you want to be just a strict bowmaster or whatever, you want to be a ranger. You can level up just that one class and constantly like keep getting skills for that. And there's different subclasses where like mining, cooking, and all that stuff. I always found that that's what I always love about MMO. Let me do shit like that. You know what I mean? It definitely looks good.
What other things are you excited for? Are you too, T'Challa? What are you excited for?
Yeah, he hasn't said his piece about it yet.
Listen, I'm not excited about anything until Halo Infinite get here.
Dang. Okay, but what about comparison of Battlefield? I'm ready for Battlefield. I'm telling you, I don't care. I will delete my entire saved. I'll delete every game off my PlayStation 5 when that game drops. I promise you, that's the only thing I'm going to be playing.
So I think Battlefield. I think Battlefield's going to be dope. Don't get me wrong. However, I don't think it's going to compare to the hype of Halo. It's just not. Listen, if Halo is decent, if it's an 8 or a 7 out of 10, Warzone is going to die. Mark my words. Warzone is going to die.
No, Warzone's
Warzone, but that's the thing. Warzone is not dropping maps they should.
Not even that. But
bro, the cheating is insane. Yeah, it's getting even worse.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I think they released a thing where they banned, like, I think it was either 15K or 50K, around that much, and like in an hour that shit just doubled back up.
Yeah, no, I mean, that shit sucks, and don't get me wrong, I'm absolutely against it. But my thing is why am I still playing Verdansk? Why? And here's another thing
coming out.
Absolutely. But here's another thing. Why do they keep changing the playlist? If I want to play Resurgent quads, have that shit on there at all times. Don't be switching between trios, duos, and quads. That shit's bullshit, because then you have a group of homies that's like, man, I really want to play Rebirth, but I have to play old ass Verdance, and this shit just pisses me off.
Yeah.
And they just keep they fuck with playlists. They're not releasing maps, and they did the generic Fortnite move. At least Fortnite's got into it now, but
Yeah.
like they legit hit a Fortnite. What was it, like season 2 map change? They
did. Yeah.
Sweet. They changed a few shit. I mean, care
to be
about
honest, I wouldn't even really call that a map change. All they did was like remove some textures, add some lighting, and that was basically it. Like if we all remember, fucking as soon as the quote unquote new map came out, it was glitched. Like you couldn't even go to stadium because there was always somebody just hiding underneath of it. Just
No, absolutely. And I mean, hackers take a huge part of that game away. But and that's literally why I say Battlefield, because Battlefield, I'm already going to be playing with that many damn people, but I'm going to be.
So you're playing with a good number of people, but there's also going to be AI. That I feel like the AI is what's going to make or break that game. If they make it, if they,
I can give you that.
I think if they can actually make it to where the AI is like a mixture of fucking easy ass bots to hard bots or something like that, I feel like that would make it more inclusive, kind of. I want to say, but I don't want to be in a lobby full of bots. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to get your kills somehow.
Oh shit! Okay.
Nah, but you know what? Hey, Halo looks good, and I mean, you're right. If it hits a 7 or an 8, it's gonna be a killer. One, because everybody's gonna want to hop on it.
It's already a 5. Shit, the multiplayer is free. The multiplayer is fucking free.
Yeah, but nah, I mean, I can agree that it's definitely gonna hold some weight, but I don't know. It's kind of like when wasn't it Battlefield 1 and Call of Duty both dropped like at the same time a few years ago?
Yeah.
And it was such a mix between who was playing what. I think that's how it's going to come down for Halo and Battlefield, because some people are going to be like, I want a legit fucking multiplayer. And then some people are going to want to, run around SWAT.
I know for a fact I'm going to download Halo Infinite, the multiplayer, on my PC, and then have Battlefield on my console just in case too. But here's something else I'm also excited for.
Okay.
If this shit's if it turns out so good, I'm going to get it on. I'm going to get Battlefield on Steam for the fucking Steam Deck. I cannot wait for that shit to come out.
Oh. See, now you're talking about flavor right there. That Steam Deck is going to be a game changer. I'm telling you, it's going to be a game changer. Watch.
Man, Nintendo better step up this shit, because like what Steam is, because what is it? I just read an article where Valve said that so far they have not seen a game that could not run on the Steam Deck. That's their word. But the fact that I can use, like, I believe you could use it as a controller on when you're playing on your monitor and stuff like that too.
Yeah.
Like that. I feel like if this isn't just a fucking knockoff, just a big quick buck, which I highly doubt it is. I personally feel like it's going to be game changer, especially for a lot of these console game companies.
It looks so good. Don't get me wrong. I really just hope it's going to deliver like we want it to deliver. Because, I mean, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but when the PSP came out, hey, the PSP was that thing right there. Like, everybody was talking about the PSP. I had one. Hell, I had 2. Me and my dad had one, and I'm not going to lie, I kind of took his home, but that was on accident. But that was that game for me. But then, once you got further into it, it was like, man, the PSP is only a one-way console at that.
I mean, but the PSP was dope though.
It was ahead of its time.
Yeah, because the thing is, I mean, what else are you comparing it to at that time? Because what was out, Nintendo DS? or whatever at the same time as PSP.
Yeah, I think the first DS.
Yeah, so I honestly just think that Nintendo just had more games, and so you had more of a variety to pick from.
Yeah,
and you had the bigger franchises.
Exactly. And Nintendo DS was more kid friendly, I guess you could say. So, yeah, of course. I mean, parents were going to feel a lot more at ease about buying a Nintendo DS.
No, for sure.
PSP,
I mean, because man, what game was it on the PSP? But I grinded. It was like Hot Shot Golf or something. Grinded that game, man. Grinded it. Like I want it to drop on PS5. I was hitting the store the other day, and I was like, man, if they can remake this game over. I'll put some hours into it.
You know what I think the problem was with the PSP? I think the big problem is it had was a lot of the games that came out didn't feel like full-fledged releases. It felt like, for instance, the Jak and Daxter game. There was no Jak. There was no Jak. There was just Daxter. Like you only played it felt like it felt like a mini, like a DLC, basically. Like that's what a lot of those games felt. But if if the Steam Deck comes out and like you like, if I want to pop in fucking what's a hot game right now on Steam? I don't fucking Destiny or whatever.
I hate you, bro. He's like, let me think of a good game. Destiny.
No.
Oh my god.
Hold on. But
Destiny's probably fucking praying for you.
Like for instance,
I need to see your bank
Apex
account
on Steam yet?
No. Destiny has got to be paying you. I need to see your bank account.
You could have said
any other game.
You could have said No Man's Sky, bro. You could have hit us.
Sky,
you could have hit us with like anything, man.
I like how he set us up to. He said, "Oh man, let me just think of a game." Oh, you know what? Destiny.
Yeah,
my favorite game.
Yo, he's over here.
But no, like just the fact, like if Miracle wants to go play, I think Apex is on Steam now, right?
Yeah, no, it's been on Steam.
Yeah, if it's on, like if we wanted to play fucking Apex and Miracle's at home on his PC and I have the fucking deck or I'm at work or something like that and they allow me to fucking pop it up and play it. Boom, I can just turn the shit on.
I'm going to tell you this right now. This is the biggest cap I've ever heard because this is the same dude. Yeah, they banned my Apex account and I'm too lazy to make a new one. Man, I know you was not talking because you was
Hold on. Speaking of banning accounts, let me tell you something about what happened to me this past week.
Oh.
And you know what? This goes out to Sony. This is the reason why I always harp on Sony being trash. Tell me why my account got stolen this week, y'all.
Hey, you know what? That happened to me too. I had like 6 or 7 fraudulent payments against my account.
Exactly what happened.
And I'm over here like, what? I'm like, man, I checked my account and I was like, cool.
Yeah, cool. I had 2 charges on there. And at first I was like, oh, well, maybe it's my son. But then I started thinking, I was like, wait a minute. I was like, I had just got a notification before that said, hey, did you change your login information? And I didn't think none of it at the time. And I was like, oh, you motherfuckers. Oh, okay. I was like, y'all got me. I was like, and then this is the other thing too. This is how trash Sony is with their customer service. I keep on calling their phone line just to sit up here and try to get things fixed. And then, of course, they say, hey, due to the call volume, we're not able to get to you right now. And then they hang up. I'm like, all right, cool. I see how it is. Like,
listen,
what you have to do is go to. I just went to their website and I was like, hey, I'm requesting a call. And
I did the same thing.
I had to wait like 4 hours, and I was like, they called me, and I was like, yo, what? Why Sony calling me?
The only thing they was able to do, man, was give me my money back. That was it. But I just wanted to go ahead and rant about that real quick because I was like, yo, that pissed me off. No,
I 100% on the same page. But anyways, back to Devz. he's not making a new account. He's already lied about this like 7 times in the past. It's just so much work, man. You just got to create a fake email.
This is all I'm gonna say. In a week or so from now, I'm gonna have so much free time. I'll make an account just to play with you.
Damn. Hey.
I mean, how you feel?
Let me record this.
Yeah, I know, right?
Conversation recorded. Clip the shit. Clip it. I'm gonna run this back.
I feel like he just saying that just to get you to shut up.
No. Look.
I honestly don't care. The season's about to reset, so I mean, you're either gonna get good real fast by grinding with me, or I'm gonna leave you in the dust after the first like 2 days. Cause next season is legit my grind to diamond. Because I'm gonna be off pretty much the entire month.
Oh shit! Okay.
Yeah, and this one I have like 5 more days, but I am not trying to grind 2 more ranks. Once you get to plat, it's tough to hop up them ranks like that. I got to get a little better. It's all right though.
All right. So enough about that trash ass game, Apex. What else are we gonna talk about?
Wow.
I feel like we're going to lose viewers every time we talk about Apex.
Oh, but he can bring up Destiny? What?
Don't get me wrong. Every time he brings up Destiny, I lose about 10 to 12 brain cells.
Yo, we're over here talking about Destiny. Oh, hell no.
But not on a speaking of actual Bungie shit. So recently, Activision Blizzard has been, you guys know, has been in some shit with the sexual harassment at the workplace. Apparently, there's been a call out saying that it's nothing but a frat boy? Like it felt like a frat boy culture and whatnot.
Yeah.
And a lot of them being called out and stuff like that. The reason why I say Bungie's involved is because I believe it was 2 years ago, Bungie they were partnered with Activision Blizzard, and they were recently speaking out about it. That's how I found out about this whole situation that's been going on. So what do you guys feel about it?
I mean, there's no place for that. And I haven't read the entire details of it. I'm pulling it up right now as we speak. But
hold on.
It's
tough.
Hey, there we go.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, like no one should have to, live that life, especially since you said like that frat boy scene. No one should have to live that life, especially, females in the workplace. But even if it was coming down to like males getting sexually harassed as well, especially, as we're moving into the culture of, different gender identities and, different sexualities. I don't think there's a place for it. And, definitely something needs to come down for this because at the end of the day, it's one, people's lives, and then 2, that's potentially going to affect their business and the quality of life, and then the quality of games that they push out.
Yeah. I'm reading this article. By the way, it's on onemedia.substack.com. Just let y'all know.
What? Hey, what website was that again? I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. I want to make sure I get all the good news. You know what I mean? All the good news, all the juicy stuff. What was that again? I'm sorry, Devz.
If you guys wanted to read up on this article, we also have different other articles, especially with the Steam Deck and whatnot. You guys can go to onemedia.substack.com to look at it.
Oh man, that's crazy. I heard that they be putting out some fire stuff too. I wish they had an app or something like that. You know what I mean? Something that make it easier just to get to the articles or stuff like that.
That's funny.
Do they have an app? I don't know.
Hey, listen, they definitely have an app.
They do?
Store.
Yeah, what? It's one.
Yeah.
One NE.
So the number one NE. Is it just on Apple or is it on
Apple
Play?
And Google Play? Man,
what?
I'm gonna tell you guys this. God. This guy is He is playing the system right now.
What system? I didn't even know that a company out there had an app to where you could get everything. Videos, articles, tournaments. I'm guessing that's probably something else.
Also, yes.
To be fair, IGN does have an app. So I mean,
who?
IGN.
Oh, I ain't never heard of this.
I don't know who that is.
I don't know who that is. I have heard of Player One Gaming and One Media.
Player One Gaming, One
Media. I ain't
Media.
never heard of IGN before, cuz.
No, but just speaking about the app right now. If any of you Valorant fans out there are watching, before next weekend, make sure you check out the app. And if you guys want to register for our next Valorant tournament, by all means, it's a $25 registration fee for your team. And then the pot size is $2,500.
Hot damn. You know what? I talked to the owner last night.
The owner? Oh my gosh. Let's talk.
I talked to the owner last night. I talked to him. Me and him had a conversation. And I was like, yo, man, for real. I was like, we've been doing good things lately. Is there any way this tournament, maybe it could be free? I don't know. Can it be free?
Okay.
Yeah. He got a contact with a few people, made some things happen, and he was like, you know what, TC? We're going to go ahead and make that thing free.
Oh, shit.
Hey, let me make my bot Valorant account real quick.
Yeah. And check this out. Everybody who had already paid, he already sent them a thank you email, gave them back their money, and told them that the tournament is still going on. And that's crazy. That's crazy.
That's generous.
That's a generous dude right there, right?
That's generous.
Hey, man.
That's a nice guy.
Nice guy, yeah. I hope this thing goes off without a hitch. But
I hope his head is just
blown up?
Blown up. The way you are hyping this man up right now.
From what I understand,
he needs to give you a raise.
He's a humble dude. From what I understand,
you know what's crazy? He's also a very good designer for clothing.
What?
I'm just letting you know.
Oh my god! The tangents.
Hey, listen, I like some swag. He got some swag out there too.
Yeah,
Please don't tell me that. Hold on, I gotta look this up. Hold on, the man got swag. You said it's Player One, right?
Yep. Player One.
Player One streetwear.
Yep, Player One streetwear.
Oh, yeah, I'm looking at it right now.
Yep, on the Player One store.
Yeah, it's crazy. Hold on, y'all. I'm sorry.
Hey, you might have to hype it up. Show them something. Show them.
That's what I feel like I gotta do real quick because this is crazy. Like the stuff is dope. Like I'm looking at it, I'm like, oh man, like this is insane. Hold on, let me see if I can share this with everybody real quick.
Hey, do what you gotta do.
Oh my god. Oh my god. What? What? Oh, he got collections too?
Oh yeah.
Let me see what this representative collect. What? I got it. Yeah, there's a few things out here I'm gonna have to go ahead and cop. Okay.
Yo, I'm dead. Yo, do not listen to this man right now.
Yo, this dude is. Yo, I don't know who this owner is, but he doing a big thing. That's crazy. That's crazy to me. Man.
Hey, it's crazy to us too.
Yeah,
definitely check us out on the app if you feel like registering for the Valorant tournament. Again, it's free now.
Hey, and there's even an app for the streetwear collection.
There's an app for that.
What?
So if you wanna look into that,
this dude, I swear he really like trying to make everything as accessible as possible for the community. I get it, man. I get it because everything's on apps nowadays. So I love it. I love it.
Hey, it's pretty legit. I'm never gonna tear him away from that.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. That's a good dude. I heard he gives back to the community too. But hey, whatever.
He gives back to the community. I don't even want.
He does, but that's a different discussion. He don't like to talk about that.
He probably donates to those those struggling Twitch streamers.
Oh, he donates to some gamers. Absolutely. He
Absolutely.
He
Yes,
try to help them out.
There's a gamer that needs donation.
Those ASMR.
No, he definitely don't do that.
We got to.
That's a God-fearing man. That's a God-fearing
man. Oh shit.
No, he definitely. No, sir.
Maybe next time or not.
Oh,
but. All right, y'all. So what's next?
Netflix is definitely getting into gaming again.
Yeah, Netflix. So they haven't released all what they're going to put on there yet, and I think there's like spoilers that have been circulating. Then they're going to probably have some of their games based off of some of their Netflix series. But
I don't know if that's what it is. I think it's
they got the Stranger Things game,
right?
Yeah.
So I think it's y'all seen the Apple TV Plus arcade, right?
Yeah.
I think it's going to be more like that because Amazon is doing that cloud gaming or whatever and stuff like that, where they actually give you a controller, and stuff like that. Yeah. I don't know if Netflix is willing to go that far.
So even onto that, Netflix is going to be a heavy hitter, and the only reason I say that is because as it stands now, they're not charging anything extra. It's just their base subscription or whatever subscription you and then the gaming portion is just going to be added on top of that.
See, but that's what makes me believe it's probably not any tier 1 titles.
And so even to that extent, even if it's, I'd be cool with some indie games if they start throwing some indie games out there. It wouldn't look good for them, but it's something to do. But I also think that this is going to be a huge sell, and I think people are going to hop on board with this.
So I personally think that it's going to do good in the first couple of weeks, and then it's just going to die off.
Dang.
So this is what I think would be dope, right? Because they actually have a lot of different series that are based around video games. So say if you were watching The Witcher, right? Mm-hmm. And then there was something that popped up to say, do you want to play the Witcher series games or whatever, stuff like that. And then you could click on it, connect your controller, and then play the game. You know what I mean? Because, that would open up a lot of people who have watched the series, but they've never played the game before. Like my wife, she likes the Witcher series, but never played the game before. And then you can go straight into playing the game. That would be dope. I don't think that's going to happen, but that would be dope. Then that would be worth it to me to be okay, you can up my subscription to where if I'm watching a movie and then it says, hey, would you like to play the game? You know what I mean? Something like that connects to it. Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
No, absolutely.
Hold on. Actually, I need to write that down. Hey, we're gonna have to cut this part out of the podcast. I never said this. That might be $1 million idea right there. You take that and do something else with it.
But
something like that would be dope though. On some real stuff.
No, and I completely agree. But so on top of that, we've already seen how much money Netflix is pumping into some of these shows.
Yep.
So I honestly wouldn't disagree if they partner with some of these big name studios. I don't know what studios they would partner with.
So apparently they've been in from what I've seen, they've been in talks with Epic Games, Microsoft, and EA.
Ooh.
That's what I've seen.
Damn, Sims on Netflix.
And they were it could pay off if they actually decide to help make those games.
I'm cool with them going with EA.
I personally see one. I feel like for something like that, people better be prepared for Netflix's monthly payment to go up a little bit.
No, absolutely.
Maybe, but think of it like this though, right?
Mm-hmm.
I bet you would pay for it as a consumer. You would pay for it if they came out with a 343 Studios Halo Master Chief anime, and you could go straight into the game and play, the game based off of watching the show and stuff like that.
Oh no, I definitely get that shit.
No, yeah, it would be cool. But so like, here's my other thing: is it going to be accessible through all platforms?
I don't think so.
Is PlayStation, Xbox, and PC going to be able to ride the coattails?
I feel like Microsoft is definitely going to have their own little things.
Absolutely.
I feel like they'll make games for everyone, but they're definitely going to have their own exclusives.
It's exclusive.
No, go ahead.
No, I agree with you. An exclusive library that would be like, okay, if I just so happen to be watching it on my PlayStation 5, then the shows or games that are tailored towards games that have been licensed out to Sony, then bam, you know what I mean? Like, hey, if Sony was like, hey, you can play or you can have the Spider-Man series on Netflix, and then as well as that will go into I'm able to play Spider-Man Miles Morales or something like that. You know what I mean? So that'll be a dope. Honestly, I think that'll be a game changer for them. To be honest, it would elevate them to another level. But if they just come out with like arcade style games, something that's like in 2D or something.
If they come out with small indie games or arcade games, it's going to die out, of course.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, so the only reason I say this is because, you have a lot of kids. I mean, they have an entire section of Netflix just dedicated to kids. Mm-hmm. So I feel like, when we're talking about the wider scope of gamers, we're talking about all ages. If they have some of those indie games and those children type arcade games, I don't think it's going to hurt. It's going to suck for, adults that are trying to get into something serious. But, I think it can bridge the gap potentially, especially depending on, how they make this accessible. Because like you can get Netflix on a Roku. A lot of people do that.
Yeah.
Can I potentially hook up a controller to my Roku and play some of these arcade games? And that potentially cancels out the cost of, a $300, $400 system.
I don't see that. I don't think they're going to go that far with it, in my opinion.
And I'm not saying they are, but it's something to look at, because when we're talking arcade games, just look at all the games that kids play. Still to this day, whether it's Jetpack Joyride or whether it's Angry Birds, just to name two of the biggest ones. But, just think if that translates over to where they can play those simple-minded games, I think it could be beneficial.
You know where I think they should definitely put their money in? I feel like they should put their money in, and I forgot the company because they've been gone for so long. Oh, matter of fact, they should definitely put their money into the Telltale's company. Think about it.
Telltales?
Yeah, the Telltale games, like the Walking Dead ones, and
are and the Borderlands? Did Borderlands have one?
I think so.
Yeah, I
think they should put their money there too, to try to at least pick up those guys to come in and do something for them. I feel like that would be very beneficial.
The problem is that these studios, it costs a lot of money. Now, don't get me wrong. I do think it would be beneficial for them, because if they put a lot of money into these shows, which rightfully they should, because that's their whole platform anyway. If you're going to start getting into gaming, it probably would be smart for you to acquire a gaming studio.
Yeah, and honestly, I think that's what they're going to end up doing. It's just a matter of what studio are they going to go after,
and what type of games they're going to produce.
Well, but so that's the biggest thing with that as well, because you acquire a studio, you already have exclusive Netflix series. So depending on their popularity, hey, studio, we want you guys to bust out a game for this. Especially when it comes down to some of the bigger series, on Netflix. So I think it could definitely work out. It's just going to depend on how they want to play it and what their strategy is, whether it's short term or long term.
No, you're right. You're definitely right about that. I mean, again, reading the article, they said they're in the very early stages, so we probably won't see it for another couple of years. But I mean,
you think it'll be that long? I don't think that they'll wait that long. Because,
no, I'm saying like a year or two, maybe year or two before they start like announcing stuff, and then I mean, again, like I said, they already got like small shit like the Stranger Things. I think like 2 Big Games, or from what I'm reading, they had it's like a Black Mirror, Bandersnatch or something like that. That's like an interactive film.
Well, they already did that with Black Mirror. Remember?
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm saying they have those, and I feel like those are going to be like I don't want to say the baseline for them because I know they still have a little bit of time before they can actually refine that. But I feel like as of right now, that's their baseline.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And we also got to see what exact company are going to actually going to work for Netflix, because I know Microsoft has their Halo movies on Netflix. I don't know about EA or Epic. Honestly, I feel like Epic will do it. Epic partners up with fucking everybody. But besides that, we definitely got to see.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we'd probably see some like Fortnite inspired TV show if they went that route, or not even that they could go with any of their other games.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. No, all that's at like that. It sounds dope in principle, but I feel like our biggest dreams usually, they go like right under that and go like, no, like we're just gonna do this instead. Plus, I think the other thing too that they'll have to think about is like, because Netflix is on Apple and Google. I think Apple is 30% of your transactions. And remember, Epic was fighting with Apple because they was like, hey, we don't think you should be taking that much from us.
Yeah.
So would Epic be willing to partner up with Netflix when Netflix is still a platform on Apple, and if people are paying through Apple or whatever, so like that, that takes a lot of the cut away from these studios, because obviously Netflix they're gonna take their cut, which is the remainder 70%. So how much is Epic really gonna get out of that, or any other company? That's why I think that they're probably going to partner more with indie developers than a lot.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But hey, so and I just started reading this, but okay, so we have some news over YouTube, and some of the content creators across YouTube in general have been bringing up that they're not getting any type of revenue over their monetized videos.
Really?
Yeah. So how do you guys feel about this? And so I'll read it verbatim. So, Unreal ASMR. So not the type we're thinking of from Twitch, but Unreal ASMR. They create videos of just sounds that help you, fall asleep. So whether it's like wind blowing, rain dripping, things like that, that's the type of stuff that they create. So they tagged Team YouTube in a Twitter post and said, yes, mine is also zero. It started dropping on July 17th, despite views remaining in their normal range. Also, YouTube premium revenue has dropped to zero also, despite premium watch time also remaining consistent. And then they have a screenshot of pretty much the flat numbers that they just described. And I think that is crazy. What do you guys think? Is it just like a little bug in the system, or?
No, that's not a bug. When people aren't getting paid their money and stuff like that, and then the algorithm, you know what I mean? So obviously, I would imagine that there's nothing wrong with the algorithm, because if they're still getting the views and the listens like they were normally getting. So it's not that they're not being discovered, but YouTube this is speculation. to me, YouTube is actively not putting ads on those channels.
Okay.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, I could see if it was like, hey, so I'm just throwing out a number. This isn't what they're making, but hey, we were making $100 a month, and then all of a sudden it dropped down to $50. Well, that could be any number of things. But if you're going from $100 to all of a sudden $0, you know what I mean? Yeah, then. And I think YouTube is going to have to address it.
No, so YouTube did address it. They addressed it on the 22nd. They said creators, many of you said you're seeing no revenue being displayed on your analytics for the past few days. Don't worry, this was a reporting issue and revenue is not affected. We're currently working on a fix and we'll keep you posted. But since then, nothing else has been seen regarding if they've gotten their money, and I don't know what YouTube's payout schedule is,
right.
Whether
or not it's plus 21 or plus 15, because I know they can do like plus 21 or plus 15, something like that.
Yep. So I'm not completely sure, but that was the last thing that I've seen regarding that that they've put out. So I still think potentially that could be a disasterful situation, because like just think about if it was affecting streamers.
Right.
A lot of people are going to these streamers' profiles, like one in particular, Dr. Disrespect. If it was affecting Dr. Disrespect, I guarantee he'd snap his fingers and it'd get fixed. But when you're looking at some of these lower end content creators,
I don't know about that, because Dr. Disrespect can't even snap his fingers and get into a Warzone tournament nowadays. So
yeah,
which is sad, but yeah, he can't even do that. So yeah, I think a lot. Don't get me wrong. I think a lot of these people, I think they have a lot of power, but I think they only have power if they're actually true partners. Like Dr. Disrespect is not a partner
of YouTube.
Yeah, they didn't sign no contract order. Now, if they did, I'm sure he has somebody that's like tied to him as a representative. He can call them and say, hey, listen, so this is what's going on.
Oh, absolutely.
But that's not the deal. So it would be him probably having to get in contact with people who are friends of friends of friends and say, hey, listen, so this is going on. Can you please, get it fixed? So.
Okay, I can get behind that. Yeah, but to me, I think it's pretty crazy that would even happen in the first place.
Yeah.
Because I know if it happened on Twitch, whoo.
Oh man, I know Twitch would be down on it real quick. Yeah. But no, I mean honestly, when it comes to YouTube, I'm not even surprised because of all the shit that always happens with them. Like, this isn't the first time this happened with them. You know what I mean?
Right.
And then I know a lot of people also complain about them not getting ads or revenue and stuff like that. But a lot of people also got to realize, half of them don't even follow the fucking terms of service shit that YouTube puts out. Yes, they change it they change it very often, but people still gotta look into it. Now, I'm not saying anything about like the people who put like the rain like the ASMR raindrop videos or something like that, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, like they got to keep on top of that stuff, that way they can get paid, they can get their ads out, like they like it's every time something like that happens, it's always a controversy on YouTube's part. The people who do the videos, they never see they never try to figure out what the actual problem is. But that also isn't gonna discredit the actual YouTubers who do their shit, put out videos, and like I know a lot of people get shadow banned from YouTube for literally nothing. And they just sit in limbo for the most part, and it's just like, YouTube, what the fuck are you doing? You know what I mean? But I mean, I know I wouldn't say everyone, but I know a lot of people who that do like ping YouTube to a tweet or something like that. YouTube is very somewhat responsive. I wouldn't say they're always responsive. They're somewhat responsive, especially again to the big end YouTubers. But I mean, besides that, hopefully these motherfuckers can get their money. That's all I'm gonna say about it.
I'm sure they will, because if it was YouTube can't just put out a statement and say, "Hey, listen, it was just a glitch, blah blah blah," and then not, give them their money or something like that. I'm sure that they'll give them their money. But speaking of ASMR, what do you guys think about the new 100 Thieves collab with what is it called, Hype Beats or something like that? I think that's what they're called.
Yeah. So, did we talk about this last week? I can't remember.
No, we didn't.
Oh, you know what? Yeah, I sent it to you guys afterwards. But man, it's nuts. So they have a 24-hour stream on YouTube, if I remember correctly, and they just throw out beats, and it's something that you can utilize in your streams, whether it's on YouTube, Facebook Gaming, or Twitch. And I think it's really cool because it helps separate some of these content streamers from legality, conflicts when it comes to playing other people's music. I think it's great. I think it's
it's definitely fucking great, especially because of Twitch's half-ass attempt on fixing the issue where they created what was it called? I have it, Soundtrack by Twitch, where they literally said that you can use it in your video, but it can't be saved to your channel, because if it's saved to your channel, then that's when you'll get hit with a DMC strike.
Yeah.
Even though they came out with their own platform that way people can use music on, people can have that music and stuff like that. But honestly, man, that's pretty fucking dope. I really hope a lot of other big companies and stuff can do it too. Shit like FaZe. I know there's definitely artists out there who like I think what the fuck is his name?
Oh yeah, FaZe probably has people that, I mean, you got to think some of these people probably they don't just stream video games.
No, yeah.
They're content creators, whether it's doing stupid shit in the backyard as we've seen, or whether it's doing giveaways, shit like that. So I guarantee there's somebody in FaZe that likes to make beats for fun, and they could definitely go this route. And they could probably.
So 100 Thieves, they partner with Stream Beats, and Harris Heller is the owner of Stream Beats, and he's a streamer. He's done a lot of YouTube content and stuff like that. He owns the Alpha Gaming channel, which is a little shout out to him or whatever, because I think his stuff is useful. But he's the one that, because he when he was in college, I think he got a degree on like music production or something like that. Like he plays the guitar and everything. So he thought to himself while he was doing all these DMCA stuff was going on, was like, man, I should just make a website where I'll make the music and it just be all, copyright and royalty free. And he did that, and then it just blew up because people were like, all right, cool, you gave us something, and it's way better than what Twitch was putting out.
Well, so on top of that, none of it's bad. It's not terrible.
What you talking about? What Twitch put out?
No, what he put out. The beats are actually good. Like, the other night, I listened to it for like 2 hours while doing homework, because I was just like, sometimes like listening to music with lyrics, it will distract you, but just listening to some beats, nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, that's why I listen to lo-fi.
and then you can get on those freestyle streams. You feel me?
Yeah, I don't know. Hey, don't forget, you still promised the crowd that you were going to come out with a freestyle.
Hey, that is to come. I have to go find the right beat. I gotta, practice my craft a little bit.
Just put the cap gun down.
Let's stop right now.
We're gonna have to come up with a topic so I can. Yeah. Well, y'all are gonna make me do it, so I'm gonna.
We're not gonna make you do it.
Yeah. Oh no, I'm gonna make him do it. He said he's gonna do it. I'm gonna make you do it. All right, nah. I want to hear this. If you willing to embarrass yourself, by all means, let's get it in.
Yes, sir. Hey, this one's for the e-girls. You feel me? Oh boy. Gotta make my name somehow.
Oh my god. Yo, that's crazy. But yeah, I think all that is dope. I like because when people complain, I'll much rather prefer like if you're going to complain about something, have a solution. And if you have the resources to make that solution happen, then, make it happen. Like people were complaining about, copyright free music and having to get rid of all their VODs and stuff like that. And like, all right, great. I can't even play music. And then Harris Heller was like, you know what? I can make this. And he did it. And it turned out to be a great idea. So I think that's something to, to kind of take away from is, you're not as, powerless. As you believe. You can make some things happen. Now, don't get me wrong. Like, everybody complains about Twitch, and they're like, oh, we need another streaming platform. That takes a lot of money. There's a reason why Twitch is owned by Amazon. It takes a lot of money to do stuff like that.
I mean, it takes a lot of hard work, too. You gotta,
absolutely.
You got to have people... making all of these heavy decisions, and comparing to what Twitch has done, what YouTube's done, what Mixer did, and then even what Facebook's doing. And you have to compare what's going to be best for our new platform. How are we going to pull people away from them? On top of that, how are we going to pull these streamers, these content creators away from them?
Right, but see, and that's the thing. Like, as much as people complain about, like, oh, Twitch needs to do that or Twitch don't do that, and we need another streaming platform, and none of you guys who stream on Twitch are willing to leave and go to another platform.
That is
true. How I know? How I know why? Because you got YouTube out there. Not everything on YouTube is great, but it is great for discoverability. Like, if you really want to get discovered, you can stream on YouTube. You can stream on Facebook Gaming if you wanted to. But you're not willing to because you're with Twitch, and even for the people that aren't really making money, it's that that FOMO, fear of missing out. It's a great marketing tool. Like, hey, I'm afraid that if I switch platforms, like maybe the next day I would have blew up or something like that on Twitch, and I just missed out. And it's like, dude, like, hey, listen, if you're gonna complain about something, either make a change or be quiet about it. I'm always for like, hey, listen, you got to step outside of your comfort zone anyway and try to do something different. And if you're not willing to do that, if you're not willing to get uncomfortable, then
and I mean,
it's gonna be the same
even taking it a step further, what are some of these people doing to utilize all platforms?
Right.
Because there's plenty of Twitch streamers that I have discovered them because of TikTok.
Yeah,
I have discovered them because of YouTube. Not necessarily Facebook, but even in that sense, there's been people on Facebook that I was like, man, this dude's pretty good. Let me look him up on YouTube. And then he has some of his best clips on there. I'm like, damn, that's pretty cool. So it depends on how people market themselves as well. Because like you said, somebody can go to YouTube, and YouTube might be the way to go, but if they don't want to leave Twitch, are you utilizing YouTube to the best of your ability? Are you making clips to post on there? Or even to that extent, why are you raising your eyebrows?
Don't worry about it.
This dude's over here like, yes, ma'am, I'm almost done with the stream. Like, damn.
Listen, I have literally been doing this every podcast we've done. I've literally just randomly raised my eyebrows. You're the first one to catch it.
No, but when I'm over here why the hell is this motherfucker just raising his eyebrows like he got a booty call to go to or something? Man.
Hey, you gotta do what you gotta do in this world. You know what I mean? But most def like our boss man said, honestly, at this point, I'm just like, fuck Twitch. That's just me. But definitely, I don't just give yourself to just one platform. Definitely, just try out different ones, especially fucking YouTube. YouTube is one of the easiest ones to get to and get discovered. And then do little clips of yourself on on Miracle said TikTok. Shit, I've seen a lot of people on TikTok get hella views just for the small little 10-second clips, and then you go and check out their YouTube channel, and they're just gaining followers because of the stuff that they put on TikTok. Facebook, I know for Facebook gaming, it's not as big as the other two, and I've actually been able to sit down and send messages to a couple people. Believe it or not, I've actually played with a couple people on Facebook Gaming. That like a lot of them are really wholesome. Like they're like any person that like would like just even just a regular old follow or like or something like that. Like they really love that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like they are really grateful for it.
No, and that's one of the best things I think about Facebook is that like there's been people on playing Apex. Like everybody knows about the analytic game, and if you start talking about something or searching something, that's what you're gonna see.
Mm-hmm.
So there's times I'm on Facebook and I'm scrolling and I see somebody on Facebook with 50 viewers, and they're like, "Hey, I need a trios partner. I need hey, who's trying to play? We're just playing casual. We're not playing ranked. Anybody can hop in." And I think it's a lot more friendly versus Twitch, where even with some of these like low level streamers, like most of them, they don't care enough and be like, "Nah, I'm playing with my homies," or even some of these bigger streamers where they're not going to catch your one message in chat saying like, "Hey, let's play." You're queuing random, or you're solo queuing.
No, those Facebook motherfuckers actually like pay attention to every single one of those messages.
Yeah, absolutely. And so I think that's one of the coolest things about Facebook, just because they are so interactive and personable. They're willing to hop on and be like, "Yeah, I'll play with you, no problem."
Mm-hmm.
But that's definitely how I feel.
Well, we're glad that that's how you feel.
I appreciate it. What else? What else are you guys feeling? You guys got anything else?
I don't have anything right now.
Oh. I think we had some good discussions. It was pretty fluid. You know what I mean?
Somebody definitely hyped up Player One a lot.
You
what? Hey, listen, Player One is a hype. I don't know anything about.
You know what? Hey, that's respectable. That was actually pretty clever. I'll give it to you.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Let's clip that.
Player One is a hype. They are the hype.
It is.
Yeah.
Oh man, I can't deal with y'all. No, but it looks like it's about that time, boys.
Yeah,
man.
Go ahead.
We'll wrap it up. Just a quick shout out to our number one sponsor. Hey, T'Challa, you want to help out with this?
Oh yeah,
you explain it so well, and every time I listen to you explain them, I'm like, damn, I want to be like that.
Nah, but real quick though, so we're gonna go ahead and give out a shout out to our sponsor, Anchor. Anchor is a podcasting platform to which if you're trying to go out there, start your own podcast or anything like that, and get it going. What are you doing, bro? Like
I'm feeling this. Like you are touching my. I'm about to go sign up on Anchor. Like,
yeah. So anyway, we just want to give a shout out to them because they were one of our first sponsors. They really believed in what we were doing, gave us a platform to go ahead and host our podcast, and we're forever grateful. But I would be remiss if I didn't give a shout out to everybody who works at Player One Gaming, everybody who is now part of One Media, and everybody who works at Player One Streetwear. I truly, truly appreciate everything you guys have been doing. Past couple of months, we've been really growing and really kind of kicking ass. And we got a lot of great things coming in the future. So, first up is our first tournament of the season. And then we got some other things coming down the line. Some new shows, some really great shows. We already have on the level. We got Gamers Corner. We got the weekly roundup, which is hosted by Miracle, and then we got Retro Night Thursdays that's coming up pretty soon. And pretty soon the PGL broadcast will be happening. So
there's a lot to come. A lot to come. And that's why I threw it over to him, because he's going to speak on it better than anybody. But, a lot to come. Get ready. Hold on to your seats.
Yeah, buddy.
because
it's going to be a ride.
There's a lot that has dropped just in the past few weeks, and there's a lot more to come. But again, we appreciate Anchor. We appreciate everybody in the Player One Game family. And that's it for this week's On the Level podcast.
We did get another sponsor, remember?
We did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because you secured this sponsor, I'm gonna let you go ahead and just give them a shout out real quick, and then we'll do the reading on the next one.
Okay. All right. Oh man. Let me make sure I get everything right. Hold on. Let me make sure I get everything correct because I want to be precise with them.
Oh my God.
I mean, unless you want to do it. I mean, hey.
No, man, go ahead. All
right.
Yeah, you're the big dog.
Yeah, Mr. Director of Digital Media. Now all of a sudden you're gonna climb up on me real quick.
Hey, listen, don't do
me like that.
No. So again, we did get a new sponsor. We got there's Swift Lifestyle. Think of it as basically your game fuel type energy drink. They were very generous and allowed us to sponsor us. And we haven't came up with one yet, but there's definitely going to be a code that we're going to be putting on the screen that will give you.
We will have by next week.
Yes, we will have by next week, and it's going to give you 10% off of of all products that you decide to buy off their website. Again, thank you, Swift Lifestyle, for letting us sponsor for you guys sponsoring us. Yeah.
Yes.
Coming down, holding it down.
Yeah. And just real quick, that promo code not only goes to help out Swift Lifestyle, but it helps to support the podcast because these guys are doing really great things. These guys have been doing a lot behind it. And so I'm really proud of them. Really looking forward to what we got going on in the future.
Oh my God!
All right, so I think on that note, we go ahead and go out since Miracle Worker is going to start.
Hey, I appreciate it though, but that's it for this week's On the Level podcast. We'll catch you next week. Make sure you guys like, follow on all platforms. Yeah, on all platforms. Look us up on the app or whether it's our new website, and definitely get involved. We're here for you guys.
Cool.
Yeah.
But on that note,